So young can be tutor ah. Wow, your hair red colour can be tutor ah.
Hello, I'm teacher Jia Hao.
Hi, I'm teacher Chelsea.
I've been here for exactly 3 years actually. Yeah, since the beginning. So I teach secondary school math.
And for me, I've been here for almost 3 years. One more month to hit the 3-year mark. And I teach primary math here.
I think for me, right, I like to help people, and in the past I did try like volunteering work before, and I think it's something that I really enjoy a lot. And tutoring was also my part-time job during uni to earn some extra cash to pay for my uni fees, and it was something that I kind of enjoyed in the past. Yeah, and after I tried out like all the 9 to 5 jobs, all the office jobs, I realized like it doesn't suit me at all, and I didn't really enjoy it in particular. So I decided to just try out full-time tutoring. And in fact, I actually liked it even more after I became a full-time tutor than when I was tutoring part-time. Yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
For me, it's a bit more realistic. So when I was about 16, 17, I tried part-timing different jobs. And then I realized, like part-time tutoring actually paid a lot more than, like F&B. So I started tutoring as a part-time job only to earn extra allowance and cash. But then after a year or two, I realized it's actually very fulfilling. And then I think that's where I found a calling, for tutoring. So then I started tutoring all the way, even through my university days. And I love it. Yeah.
I think, right, a lot of people would think that teaching is just telling the students what to do, scolding them when they don't do their homework, and just in general, just being very strict. But I think for me, it's a lot more than that. A lot of the times when you see students behaving a certain way, I think for teachers, it's less about how we should react, but more about how we can be more curious about their behaviors. Yeah, so it's not always about scolding and forcing them to do their homework. I think we need to build the rapport with them as well.
Yeah.
And to understand their background. And, sometimes some students can be going through certain things also, and that may just contribute to how they're behaving in class.
I totally agree on that. I believe classroom shouldn't just be like a teacher and student type of relationship. We should also try to be a friend around them, because like what you said, some students, they may experience, difficulty, be it at home or even in school, and that may be why, their studies are affected. And I sometimes think they really just need somebody to talk to, because some of my students actually shared to me things that they don't usually share with their parents. So yeah, just try to be a friend, with them.
Do you have other
misconceptions?
misconceptions?
I think this is a personal one. Okay, so I do get a lot of comments from parents especially asking me, wow, so young can be tutor ah? Wow, your hair red colour can be tutor ah? So I think this is something more personal in my opinion. I really do get this a lot, and I usually just tell them the way I portray myself and the way I look is not the way they perceive, I think it's a misunderstanding that parents have. How I display myself in class is usually the funny teacher. But of course, when things needs to be serious, I do get serious and then try to be a little bit more strict with the students. I think the way I look don't define the way I teach and also do my job.
Yeah, I think also after we work together for 3 years, I can also see that, you can also teach as well. It's not just about how you look and how you act. I think when things needs to be serious, you can also do that.
Yeah.
And I can tell a lot of your students like your classes as well.
Correct. So a lot of the students, when they first saw me, I had really purple hair, not red hair. I changed. So I used to have purple hair, and then they didn't know my name back then. So all of them would just, oh, purple hair teacher, oh, purple hair teacher. So I think it became a name for me, the teacher with the colourful hair and the colourful appearance.
So next time your hair will follow the Nuggets Academy.
Yellow.
So next one is orange, yellow.
Something to consider, maybe.
Then after that it will be green.
You will find out if you are here for class.
I think maybe for me, right, it's really not students who are your so-called typical students, right? They do their work on time, they do this, they do that. But I think a lot of the times that students that leave an impression on me are students that maybe society think of them as the more like with behavioral issues, that those kind of students, because when you really talk to them and when you really understand them, you find out that actually their behavior, there's really a lot of reasons behind the way that they are behaving, and a lot of the times they also don't want to be like that. You know, it's just how they react to their environment and their background as well. So I've had like students that, you know, they've really been through a lot, and maybe in the past they really had a lot of different tuition teachers or school teachers also as well, and they do get into trouble a lot also. But I think instead of focusing on all these issues, right, and all these so-called problems that they are creating, I think it's more important to really just check in with them and understand how they are feeling and find out the reasons why they are behaving that way lah.
Yeah, I totally agree. So like what I was saying just now, what I like to do is to try to be a friend, right? Because like myself personally, and I think for everyone here, there are certain things that you don't tell your parents as well, right? Like there's always this line or boundary that you feel between yourself and your parents. So even as a kid, I think that would feel way worse, right? So as a teacher, what we can offer them other than just guidance and teaching is to also be a listening ear to them.
Yeah. But of course, at the same time, I think it's also good to just let the students know that if what they're sharing is really, you know, something that needs to be talked about, then, you know, we have to also
seek help.
Yeah.
Correct.
Maybe one of the important things that we as teachers, as parents can do is to really just assume that every student is doing their best. They are always trying their best at any given time, even if it might not look like it. I try not to think of students as them being lazy, but rather perhaps they have other challenges that they are facing that's stopping them from doing their work. So I think instead of passing judgment immediately when we see certain behaviors, again, it's more important to find out the reason behind all these behaviors. Yeah, and I think through that, then you'll be able to connect with the child more and help them progress further in their studies as well. Yeah.
For me, I think what I would like to bring across is it's okay to fail. I mean, even as teachers, we do have times where we failed before, right? Even in school, right? We don't just come up and then, oh, I'm first in class, you know. Not everybody have that, okay? So it's okay to fail, and as long as you try again, I think that's something good. And for parents, I would like to say, let's try not to compare our kids with other students. Every student work in their own pace. They learn differently. They grow differently. We are all individuals that are different, right? So try not to compare your kids with other students, because I think as much as, you know, we try to stress them and want them to be the best, we cannot force them to be like anyone else. Everyone is unique in their own ways. So yeah, let's do our part together to help our kids learn and grow.
See you at the Nuggets Academy,
where every child learns to shine, building confident learners one nugget at a time.